All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of Palworld Hard Difficulty. In the last episode, we power leveled a little bit up to level 15. We built an improvised base for storing some loot, and we also managed to not only tame but also start flying around on a Nightwing. So we have a mount, we got a powerful winged beast to traverse around the landscape on. And we're working on collecting Liftmonk effigies. We're looking for a base location. Things are going pretty good, and the base building in this game is it's one of the best parts about it. So I'm very excited to, well, play for the entire day, really enjoy it, and try to reach those new echelons of progression, you know? There's a whole bunch of new tech that I've never even seen or enjoyed before. So let's, hell yeah, let's get started with it. Let's log in. Day 7, level 17. Okay, here we are. We've done a good job of exploring thus far. I'm gonna want to try to find more of those trees that have the special fruit on them. I know that there was one over here, and I'd like to mark it on the map. I think it was over there, right? Yeah, if I mark those trees that have skill-bearing fruit, that'll come in handy later in the game. And maybe I'll try to take out that chillet now. This fucking guy right here. All right. Mark it as fruit. There we go. We now have the fruit tree marker. Let's start looking around this area. I'll try to capture what I can, but we don't have that many pal spheres. I should build a ranch. What's required to build a ranch anyway? That's cheap. I could build a ranch right now and start producing pal spheres like it's nothing. All right, let's unlock this fast travel point here, grab whatever's in the area. Maybe, yeah, we'll do the chillet after. We're gonna set up a ranch so that we have like endless pal spheres. More or less. Hello, Ganas. It has been a long time. Hey, that's okay. I'm happy to see you, buddy. Very happy to see you. Hell yeah. How have you been lately, anyway? Vernix, hello, buddy. Good to see you, too. How's your day going? Bro, I fucking love that move. It's like a spirit bomb. All right, we got another effigy right here. Oh, man, that is sick. Yeah, we need a whole bunch of that PAL fluid, so we're going to want to get some. I will go for captures wherever possible. All right, yeah, we need more PAL spheres. Let's go to that fast travel station and get ready. Oh, wow, you can find skill fruits on the ground? They must be extremely rare, eh? We got an egg right here. Losing weight and meditating, right on. That sounds pretty productive. They didn't take the PAL spheres out, but you don't throw the ball to get your pals out anymore. Basically, you open the ball and then your pal appears right beside you. They had to change a couple of mechanics around to kind of as a safeguard against the lawsuit or whatever. Queue up R6 ranked, eh? Right on. I don't know what that is, though. What's R6 ranked? Rainbow 6? I don't know. Alright, let's go back to base real quick. Yeah, we gotta build a ranch. And I need some food. Got another skill fruit as well. Let's take those. I need more stone and more wood. So let's take our mine foreman right here, as well as this guy. And he can help us with the mining. I also need some berries, which I think I could just grab over here. Hell yeah, we got food for days now. Hang on, give me a sec. I have to look something up. All right. It would be that one right there. Open with. Okay. All right, let's get started. All right, no problem, Vernix. Rainbow sex would be gay as fuck, yeah. Fucking pride sex bullshit. Alright, I don't have enough stuff yet to build it, right? No, I need 2 more stone. Gotta be 2 more stone lying around here, right? Yeah, more or less. Alright, let's build that ranch, and then we will assign Vixies to it. I hope we found Vixies. We might have. Okay. Rotate the ranch. And let's get that shit built. Oh, that's gonna take ages. All right, we need many builders here. You two, get going. Let's check and see if we have Vixies. I have 1, it looks like. But we're gonna need more than 1. Let's get out there and start flying around looking for 1. And I will also repair my pickaxe. Wait, I think I know where to find Vixie most often. It's like around here, right? I'm not sure. It could be over here or up there. We're just gonna take a quick peek around both locations. Well, truth be told, Vernix, I view it as degeneracy whenever somebody's entire identity is boiled down to their sexuality. Just if someone does that, then it's a massive red flag for me that they're probably an immoral person. Oh shit. Wow, well, I did find a place where there's Vixie, but I was unable to actually capture it. Alright, let's grab some of this shit. We have to make more pal spheres and we have to try to capture one. But having that pal sphere ranch set up is gonna help us a lot. Let's grab this. Fast travel back. We're gonna have to make some pal spheres, most likely. Why did they act that way, Vernix? What's your theory? It is really weird. Gay men have a vocal fry that even most women don't have. You know, it's fucking strange. I don't know why it is the way that it is. All right, where is it? This. Let's get it to work. It should generate pal spheres for me, but I'm also gonna need to build beds for it. All right. Now, let's try to go capture another one. However, we're not likely to find a Vixie when it's this dark. Maybe I could set my sights on Lift Monk effigies instead. I see one over there. I've actually theorized that too, Vernix. I'm sorry to hear that, by the way. That's a raw deal. But I theorized that being homosexual might actually be the result of, like, it's not that you're attracted to the same sex, it's that you're repulsed by the opposite sex due to, like, rape or something, or some sort of sexual misconduct. It's an abject terror toward the opposite sex, to the point where the same sex is all you have left to fall back on. There's another one. Well, and that's another thing that, whenever you see hetero people who were sexually assaulted as kids, they usually grow up to be very promiscuous individuals, and that would explain why there's such a high rate of promiscuity among the homosexual community, because they were all kind of formed through they suffered sexual assault experiences, and it hypersexualized them as kids, and then they carry that into adulthood, you know? What the hell is that? A supply drop initiated? Let's go check that out. This place looks interesting. Alright, what is this? Crossbow Schematic 1, a rare crossbow, Burden Remedy. Crude Oil, Gigaspheres, and Life Pendant. The Gigaspheres are fucking dope. And we got a Life Pendant, which increases our health by a little bit. Yeah, well, and I mean, even speaking as a heterosexual guy, like, even someone like me who hasn't had a molestation experience before, you know, porn addiction is one of the most common plagues for young men. I grew up with it, right? In adulthood, it's not as much of a problem, but it still is it's a part of my life, the same way I think it's always at least a minor part of every man's life. The temptation's always there, but keeping busy helps with it, you know, having something else to provide fulfillment in your life. One of the health cookies that I have on my channel is on the topic of porn addiction for young men. It's such a common problem, and it claims the attention the motivation and the productivity of so many young men. It siphons the will to live a productive life in a big way. These guys might be too strong for me. Kind of worried about it, but we'll see. I seem to be handling it fine because they're already busy with something. Holy shit, that gunfire is making me pause, though. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Okay, we took them out. Oh, fuck. Jesus. My character's almost dead. I need to be very careful from this point forward, otherwise it might be like a bag retrieval mission. Got him. Bombs away. Oh shit. Yeah, I gotta watch out for that. Syndicate Grenadier. Anyway, we gotta level up. And I think all these soldiers are dead. And now we can rescue this flak. Try to capture that one. Oh, my bad. Hey, hello, Reaper. We're doing pretty good, buddy. We're doing pretty good. We're coping with the fact that we can't play Schedule 1 right now, but we're coping well, and we're having fun, and Palworld is taking good care of us. It's keeping us busy, keeping us moving, you know? Can't complain. I think I'm gonna want to start cooking food for my tames, because I notice it's very difficult to keep your mount fed all the time. Guzzles food. Oh, we got a chest over there. I'm keeping an eye out for Vixies, but I don't think I can find them in this area. I think it's in that red forest, like, exclusively. All right, grilled Gale Claw. Hell yeah. Let's go get this chest over here. Why no Schedule 1? Well, I just want, I want all the new beta features without all the beta glitches. You know what I mean? So we're just waiting until the stable branch comes out. And then, you know, we can have the garage, we can make our meth. The chemists won't get stuck on workstations. We can play it the way we want to play it, basically. And we'll still do that special series that I wanted to do, where it's permadeath and perma-arrest. We're totally gonna do it. All right. I better get out of here, actually. That guy might kill me on the back of my mount. Oh, a red chest. We need to use our copper key to get in here. Oh, that's a silver key. I don't have a silver key. I only have copper keys, but that's okay. I mean, we're in a very high level area, it seems. Let's go get this loot stash over here, and then maybe we'll GTFO. Try to catch that Vixie now that we have daylight, you know? Where's a fast travel station that's close to here? We have one to the south, across, right over there. Yeah, let's go there. That's to the north. Okay. Is that a Palsphere, like a Megasphere? I think it is. Yep. Let's grab that egg. Almost 6 p.m. Are you getting off soon? Holy shit. Okay. I want to get on top of that. We'll fly slowly. I don't know if you guys know this about Palworld, but you can fly a lot further if you're not sprinting. You get more distance that way in the end. If I ever feel like I'm not gonna make it, I usually stop sprinting and then I make it, you know? Now, there's another Lift Monk effigy over there, also an egg here, and another fast travel station. I need to find some fucking food for my character, though. Alright. We're gonna go over here first. We're gonna grab that Lift Monk effigy and that egg. And then we're gonna go over there, grab that egg and that Lift Monk effigy. Then we're gonna fast travel to the red zone and try to get our hands on another Vixie. Okay. So you're working until 9:30. Well, buddy, for what it's worth, I hope the rest of your shift flies by today, you know? Busy work is the best work, because you look at the clock and an hour's gone by, because your hands have been kept full, you know? So hopefully you have kind of a shift like that where you're busy and it just passes. Or you have a shift that's so boring with so little to do that you can just watch, you know, you can watch the stream, kick back, vibe. That's good too. What's this? What level? Do I need a silver key? Yeah, I need a silver key for that one. All right, let's get up here and let's fast travel out of this area. Over here. We have to find and catch a Vixie. In fact, let's improve my capture chance if I can. I have found a lot of Lift Monk effigies lately. Sweet. Got another Lift Monk over here, Lift Monk effigy. Oh, and I see a Vixie. There it is. Looks like we're done now. We'll assign that second Vixie to our ranch, and then we'll have a Pal Sphere generator, pretty much. A good one. And I feel like I may as well gather some of this. He's gonna help me. I do need some fucking food, though. Oh, Reaper, that's the worst. At least you're allowed on your phone. I worked at a grocery store. I worked at a co-op, and they literally just wanted you to sit there whenever there were no customers. You couldn't go on a phone. You couldn't do anything. It was fucking terrible. Extremely boring and grueling. Yeah, I sympathize, buddy. I know just how bad it is to work at a fucking cash register. Especially when things aren't going, when there's no customers and you're just sitting there. If you are allowed on your phone, then that's fucking awesome. All right, let's we got to get out of here. All right, whether it's me or my mount, we're pretty fucking slow right now. We're just gonna walk over there. Oh god, we have to go pretty far. You know what? Okay. There. Now we can move. Let's grab some of this food. I need it. And let's go back to our temporary base. Now we can actually start just seeking out a base location. Trying to find a place that we'd like to live based on the aesthetics and resource availability. But I also have to remember that now I don't really need to have access to metal as much. We need a little bit, but not that much, because we are going to be able to... we're going to be able to have a metal mine. Okay. $18 hours of salary for 10 hours of work. That's not bad, buddy. All right, we're good. Let's get back to base. And we already collected 9 Pal Spheres from that one Vixie. As the other 2 continue working, buddy, we'll be flying. But we have to feed them. That's the shitty part. I don't have a good food set up for them yet. But let's see what we can do about that. After my inventory is emptied. I guess I'll just put this shit wherever it goes. Wherever it'll fit, right? Potato seeds, crossbow schematic. Shotgun shells. All right, let's get some food. Easy enough to get a shitload of it here. And we also have to build one of those little feeding stations. Yeah, the feed box. We need 6 more wood. All right, we'll see you in a little bit, Reaper. Take care for now, buddy. I'll take those berries. Okay, feed box. Let's get it built. There we go, they have food. And I could use 1 more bed for them just to keep them sane. For that, we need 2 more wood. Gotta be like a stick laying around somewhere. Yeah, right here. And we got some extra food for the pals. Shit, I have to repair that. We'll need to find another stick. Or another 2, but that's okay. Here we go. All right, they both have a bed to sleep on. They have food in their little box. So they're just gonna auto-generate pal spheres for me the whole time while I go out and do my thing. Easy peasy, nothing to it. Now I can start looking for a base that I'd like to live in. Let's fly northeast of here. Take a look at what's there. I just gotta be careful, because if I go to a place that's too high level and I build my base there, if all I have is a bunch of low level pals, then I'll be in significant danger of dying all the time. Shit. Come on. Well, we're doing okay, considering we are greatly under-leveled for this. But we're managing. We almost have all of them down. All right, we got it. Let's grab what they dropped and loot this camp. And try to avoid whatever the fuck that is, because it'll probably fuck me up. Is that what's in the cage? It looks like it. Yeah, that's what's in the fucking cage. We got a fucking van worm for free, level 21. Look at that. Oh, that's sick. All right. I like that. I like it a lot. Now we gotta just let Nightwing heal. Let's continue northeast of where we were. Grilled Gale Claw. Yeah, I saw some open plots of land here that might be suitable for a good base location. There's another chest down there. I'd like to peek into it. Is there a way to plummet to the ground, like to stop flying? I know that if I hold the middle mouse button, I like gradually descend, but is there a way to just start plummeting other than dismounting? I could just dismount, but it just doesn't feel that safe. Elfredan. Well, we're not fighting that, but I do want those spheres. What's this? Requires silver key. Fuck, I only have copper keys right now. Oh, okay. We got a lift monk effigy up there. I gotta grab that. Hello, Ick. I remember you. Hell yeah. How are you doing today? Old fart, we're having a wonderful day, buddy. Honestly, we can't complain. We're having fun. Yeah, we're being taken good care of by Palworld here. It's going well. How are you doing today? I wonder if I can kill that Mimog. It's really fast and hard to keep up with, so I doubt it. Especially when it's this dark, but it also glows in the dark. Still, if it's nighttime, I should use this time to get as many lift monk effigies as possible. So we'll do that. We have good visibility of them. Yeah, there's a lot in this area. I'm not going to get that fast travel station yet. We can do that anytime. Oh, it looks like he might be stuck here with me. More or less. Hell yeah. Looks like we're killing a Mimog. I could also try to capture it. Why the fuck not? We have 5 gigaspheres that we found.
Yeah.
Fuck, we're getting screwed.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it, dude. Sick. All right, we got an extra large training manual and a bunch of other shit. Pretty cool that we caught a Mimog. I'd imagine that's not easy to do. I'm doing pretty good, Ick. Thank you for asking, buddy. So far, so good. I'm happy to hear that, man. Happy to hear that. Every day above ground. All right, we got more dog coins and pal spheres. But my pal's starting to get pretty fucking hungry. I see an egg over there. It's a regular one, but it's food. And we got 2 bread. It's all gotta go to the mount right now. Gotta keep him fed. Now, I see another lift monk effigy over here. Oh, God bless. What a spread. Thank you, Susanna.
Enjoy.
You are blessed. Oh, fuck yeah. All right, we got it. Let's grab this chest.
Yeah.
We got it. Okay. We got a big open space here. It kind of looks like it would be a great base location. There's not that much metal here. Eventually we can get a metal farm though, and that's worth considering. Okay, ish. So it's ish. My wife said it's probably German. Is that correct? Definitely got to find a dedicated base location really soon. Anyway, let's grab some food out of here. All right, our mount is fed. We're low on food for the workers, but that's okay. We'll keep at it. Now, I wanted to check out these open plots of land around here, maybe that one up there. Yeah, we'll check that out. We got to go northeast of that ancient ritual site. There's also good places around here, I'd imagine. Yeah, we'll take a look at those spaces and see if we'd like to have a base there. She's European. Yeah, she lives in, well, her family's in Czech Republic. She grew up in Czech. Oh. Another effigy over there. Now, let's go northeast to that potential base site. It's directly east now. Oh shit. Well, there's a lot of stone here. Not really much metal. There's some metal down the hill that I could mine myself. Like, there is metal around here. It's just I'd have to get it myself. All right, let's go get this fast travel station right here. Okay. They are still a little high level for me. And I'm low health. I'm gonna get out of here. Let's go down here, and then we'll fly northeast, take a look at that plot of land. Oh, she had several hugs this morning. We meditated together. Alright, I gotta prepare this here. Gotta put my egg on my hash brown and try this. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. One thing I've never tried to do before is take my sunny side up egg and eat it with the hash brown. You know? Like... Maybe that place I was at would be a good base location. Because I could have two bow boxes right there. Right next to each other. And it would essentially be like a double wide base. You know? Yeah. Maybe I will live there. It seems like it would be a phenomenal idea. Well, shit, this place looks good. Nice and flat. Red forest. I do like the aesthetics of this area. Let's grab this. Yeah, we're gonna base up here. Where I currently am, not up here. Alright, final decision, we base up there. Yeah, definitely. Because the more I think about it, there's more metal rocks up there to get me situated. Oh, but this place looks so fucking beautiful, though. And it is really flat. Either way, I can't build a second PAL box yet, and there's no fast travel station here. When I build the PAL box, I'll have one. I see one metal rock. I only really see the one. 2. 3. So we do at least have some metal around here, but it is not easy to get to. Not as easy as the other location. Alright, we're gonna go check that place out one more time. Damn straight breakfast. Yeah, we don't have breakfast every day. Most of the time we fast until dinner. But today was a breakfast day. The fuck is that place? I have no idea what that place is. We'll have to check it out later. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Yeah, right here. This is where I want to be. A lot of dangerous fucking shit around here, though. Like those, the robin quills, they could fuck me up right now. Anyway, we are gonna base up there. We totally are. And then we can have two side-by-side, POW boxes for like a double wide base, I think. Give us a lot of room to work with. Holy fuck. What, are they not aggressive? It'd be pretty fucking sick if they weren't aggressive anymore. That's awesome. Fuck yeah, they're not even attacking me, dude. Robin Quill used to be so fucking dangerous. I used to die to them all the time. That's good news. Anyway. Let's get started on our new base. All right, here we are. Now we got to take apart that POW box. And there may be consequences to that action. Let's figure out what those consequences are. Okay. All right. So yeah, no real consequences to worry about. Let's take this stuff apart. Probably should have taken it apart in pieces, to tell you the truth. We're pretty encumbered now, but we'll have to just trudge our way over here. All right. Got to make sure the inventory is nice and empty. So let's spend our technology points on stuff that we definitely need. I seem to recall the antique storage was good. Like the bookshelves and shit. We'll grow wheat. We'll have a mill. Oh, that's cool. Fire, arrow, crossbow, eh? I'm gonna have to look up these storage containers. Hang on. Storage, Palworld wiki. Okay, so the antique wardrobe is 20 slots. And it's significantly cheaper than the metal chest. Significantly cheaper. Pretty much just requiring nails instead of like 15 ingots. So yeah. Antique wardrobes, but I'd imagine that the metal chests are better for like actual space, you know, the space to storage ratio. Anyway. Do I have any metal ingots? I do. Hang on. Make me some nails, buddy. And while you do that, we'll take the first load. Let's grab another Cativa. Hey, we can have 2. Hell yeah, way more storage. Way more inventory capacity. All right. Now I'll grab those nails, and I'll take these ones, and we can make a wardrobe over there instead. But I have to take this apart. There. I don't want to go over encumbered, though. That would be wildly dangerous. Oh god. Go. Oh shit. Okay, that one did attack me right away. That's not good. I went the wrong fucking way. I was supposed to go west. And I need some food. What the hell can I kill for some food around here? All right. That'll do.
Yeah.
Then we can build another one over there later. We'll have a double wide base, I think. Alright. I need some fucking food. Let's fast travel. Wait. I need to build a storage container. For that, I need 7 more wood. And hopefully I won't die in the process. I am about to start starving, so... Holy fuck, there's a lot of robin quills. Alright. Honestly, the amount of wood compared to the amount of storage is almost not worth it. You use way more fucking wood with the wardrobe. So we'll just do these wooden crates for now. And we'll get everything brought over here. Then we can start building our base. I am now beginning to starve. At least now I can fast travel back here if I want to, you know? Now I don't really need to worry too much about being over encumbered. I'll still be able to make it. Just slowly, you know? But for now, let's get some food. I shouldn't be starving like this. Looks like those berries have respawned. We'll start there. Now we just haul shit. Easy peasy. Nothing to it. We can go very slowly. We'll still manage. Hang on. Yeah, I can't really pick up that stuff. I'm worried it's gonna despawn when I travel. Let's hope not. The world does persist, right? Like, it's gonna remember that's there till I get back. I hope. I only need a couple of inventory slots available. Let's go back. And then we can build more chests here. Sweet. Still there. All right. All right, let's get building this shit. Ah, fuck, and now they go to sleep. Shitty timing. I'd imagine, yeah, this needs to be built on a foundation with a roof. Wooden structure set. Hold left control for alignment. Like if I want my boxes to be the same rotation type thing. Okay. There we go. All the storage we could possibly need. All right, let's go get the rest. And it looks like we are finally fully moved out of here into our new base location. And when the time comes, I can build another PAL box out there and we can have this entire area for our base, the entire thing. I think. I'm not sure if you can have PAL boxes overlapping each other. I'll have to find that out later. Experience documents, we'll put ammo in here. Maybe ammo in the next one, meds in this one. I wonder what the stack size limits are on some of this stuff. Hopefully there is no limit. Either way, we're gonna have better storage soon. Like, soon enough to not really sweat it too badly. And we'll be able to use up some of those eggs soon. Hello, Swag. How are you doing today? Okay. We are good. We now have like a dedicated base. A place that we want to be. So let's get started on some of these tasks here. We're gonna need more wood. Get to work. Well, there's an unlimited amount of technology points. I'm sure I can unlock everything on a long enough timeline. I don't need to worry about what I spend my technology points on. All right, now deposit that. I need 13 more wood. Although I may want a little more. The first thing I'm gonna want to build is definitely just food production. I'm gonna want to have like a little garden built. But I need to build 10 beds in a straight line. And I'm gonna try that snap to grid thing that Gohan mentioned. Hold left control for alignment. All right. Oh, I see. Nice. Oh, that is so sick. Gohan, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty cool, buddy. That's sick. You tell Goku he raised a good son. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 beds. That'll do for a while. Now let's get it built. Go, my army of building sheep. Now I'll start building the feed box and maybe the garden. While they build that, I can do other stuff. Yeah, feed box. Put it right here near all the bedding. Hang on. Yeah, but it's okay, Swag. I'm not going to be playing that long anyway. Like, there's going to come a point where there's a Schedule 1 update, and then I'm just going to start playing Schedule 1 again. I don't think that this game could hold my attention for, like, a prolonged period of time. Alright, we got our little food box. We have our beds coming in. Now we need a place to actually grow food. We need this berry plantation right here. All right. And we still have room to align another 10 beds in front of these ones also. Plenty of room. That alignment thing is so fucking useful, man. Like, straight up. Okay. Now, we need to start growing food. So we're gonna take one of these gumas. And then one of these tiefens. Conceded has faster work speed. Technically, the Caperty has level 2 planting, but then it's also gonna work at the ranch when I have the ranch. So we'll just do these guys. Yeah, they'll start making us some food. Now, I need to build those automated resource generating areas. Yeah, the stone pit, the logging site. We need 5 more wood for the stone pit. You know what, let's bang these out so I can have more pals working for me first. Yeah, I need more employees. Base upgrade. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we can now have 2 more pals working for us. Now I need a campfire, apparently. Now we need 2 more pals deployed to the base. I need 70 wood and 70 stone. So I need 10 more stone. Not much. Ugh. Then let's deploy these guys, my tombats, and they'll get us the stone. Alright, get at it. Go on. Base upgrade. Now we need a pal gear workbench and a statue of power, but those things can wait. I need to get my automated resource generation going. So let's help them out with this. Okay. We need somebody to do the harvesting of the crops. I think this guy? He helps with watering, he does hauling, and I believe he also does gathering, so... Sirius's boosted work speed, we could use that. Hell yeah. However, I would rather have somebody who's just gathering, if I could swing it. I think, yeah, there are certain guys who are just gathering. For example, fucking this bird right here. Alright, yeah. However, if I don't have a hauler, then it makes no difference. We need a hauler. There may be new things that I can do that I don't know how to do yet. I need to find out. There might be ways you can like allocate specific tasks to them, and I need to figure that out. Yeah, we'll try a whole bunch of the new technology in the game, and I'll also watch some tips and tricks videos tonight. Try to learn even more. Cement, breeding farm. Cooking pot, need to make cake for breeding. Monitoring stand. Commands your pals to work on various things. That is important. Allowing and prohibiting certain types of work might really help. Lockpicking tool level 1. God damn. Okay. Now we need some wood. I'm gonna have to get a lot of it. I need food though. Let's go over to the feed box. We have our first harvest of berries. In fact, I might want a second one of these crop plots here. Where's the one that had conceded? This one. And then we need somebody to help us cut down trees. This guy will do. Our axe is looking worse for wear though. We're gonna want to build a repair workbench pretty soon. Good morning, Evo. How are you doing today, brother? All right, let's make that repair bench real quick. The big news yesterday, what's that? Oh yes, I'm hitting 2 trees at once. Well, we're getting there. We already have the 70 wood that we need for one of the workstations. Can I cut down this tree? Oh yeah? Who knows how much fucking wood I'll get from this one. Same amount, strangely enough. Okay. I'm almost dead. That fucking poison. Alright, looks like the poison ran out at least. We caught 2 of those guys. We can use them later. Let's get these lift monk effigies nearby. Large scorching egg. Oh, Pakistan and India. Yeah, I heard about that. I saw an Asmongold video about it. Apparently, the fact that they're fighting is an extension of World War II. Or something. Like, they were placed too close to each other. I'm not really, I don't know anything about it, but... Like, apparently they've been fighting over that territory since the tail end of World War II. Because it was distributed between the 2 of them and they've always disputed who should have more. Something like that. Just wait till that kind of shit's happening in the USA. Or Canada. The world is changing. We're gonna get there one day. Pretty soon we won't be sympathizing with people getting bombed. We will be the people getting bombed. I feel like I accidentally turned off my automatic pickup. Hang on. Palworld automatic pickup is disabled, question mark. Let's see if there's like an auto pickup setting. Yeah, I don't know, but for some reason it stopped picking up things automatically. Can't really figure it out. Okay, let's close that. And get out of here, I suppose, for now. I don't really have any silver keys. I only have copper keys, and the shitty part is I haven't found a single chest requiring a copper key. Oh, fuck. Screw that, dude. I'm outie. Alright, we gotta go that way to get home. Yeah, war is always just innocent people dying in a war that oligarchs and ruling class has waged. If only we could give our political rulership the guns and let them shoot at each other. However, my understanding is that Muslims are pretty warmongering. Just as a faith in general, they're pretty violent people. And they're very domineering, very aggressive. There's even a passage in the Quran that says, slay the non-believers where you find them, slay them in their homes. Like, literally, just, invade a place and fucking eradicate those who don't believe. So usually when I hear that Islamic folk are in a conflict, I usually assume that they're the ones inducing that conflict. Or that they're the ones who want it. Yeah. In the run so far, we're trying to build a new base. We moved to a place where we're gonna live, and we're leveling up. We're completing various tasks and trying to achieve greater extents of automation in the base. All right, let's put down the logging site right here. Now we also need a stone pit. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Fucking guy almost fainted my guys. Alright, we took him out. Looks like he didn't really manage to kill anybody, and we caught him. The purest revenge. Well, Christianity at least contains within it values of peace. Like the 10 Commandments are all very good things to live by, you know, and 6 of them have to do with your relationship with other people, right? And only 4 of them have to do with your relationship with God. But I mean, Islam on its face, like Muhammad was a warlord, you know, he literally was a conquest individual. He just brought war wherever he went. He didn't really unify. He unified people in Islam against everyone else, you know? Christianity is leagues better than Islam in terms of causing stability and peace, and you can observe this in predominantly Christian nations. Like the US and many European countries are Christian nations, and they have so much immigration, so much of like a welcome mat on their borders that it's actually becoming a problem. You know, Christianity has kind of made people too unified in a sense, to where now we have to deport illegal immigrants because for the longest time, all of our countries were being way too nice, way too inviting, and letting people in that shouldn't be here. Christian countries are like that, you know? Okay. 17 wood. Let's get these built. And then we can start automating the collection of wood and stuff. That'll take a minute. We can keep ourselves busy until then. I kind of need that. That guy has high quality pal oil, but he's level 28. I'm level 19. Oh, God. Yeah, this could take a hot minute. Oh, God, no, I can't survive this. He's fucking me up. I'm gonna get away. shit. He's probably gonna feint a few of my guys here. Oh, thank God. Okay, before we lost anybody, it seems, I was able to do that. Okay. Well, yeah, we create, well, that's the political ruling class. The values of a nation and the corruption of the ruling class of the nation are two very different things. Like, America was built on a certain set of values, and the corrupt ruling class, as it evolved over the years and it became increasingly filled with nepotistic welfare babies, yes, they started waging wars for profit in other countries. They started invading Iraq and Afghanistan to siphon gold, oil, and opiates. They started carpet bombing places, installing puppet dictatorships. Like, even Ukraine is, like, the Ukrainian government was installed by the USA after a coup in 2013 or 2014 or something. And we all know how that turned out. Now Ukraine is just purposefully trying to enter NATO and causing the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Right? The USA does cause a lot of damage, you're right. But the values upon which America was built, like, you can tell when a country is built on Christian values versus when it's built on Islamic values. Because Islamic countries are always war-torn. Always. You know? It's just the way it is. Islamic countries fight each other. That's why the Israelis and the Palestinians have never had peace between each other. It's not because the Jewish people were hyper-aggressive, it's because the Islamists were. Oh, for fuck's sake. I actually hate living here. This is bad. We have so many hyper-aggressive, super strong enemies that show up here. I have to try to level up my pals, but I don't want all of them to just repeatedly get fainted by shit that's too strong, so I'm gonna quit for now whenever we get attacked. Well, Ukraine is defending itself from a fight that Zelensky started. Like, the Ukrainian people are defending themselves, but Zelensky is the threat to their existence, not Putin. Zelensky tried to make Ukraine join NATO. Even after, way back in 2006, Putin warned it could not happen. So all that Zelensky had to do was not talk to NATO. And then peace would have reigned and thrived in Ukraine for another several decades, right? But Zelensky instigated the war. So the people are not paying Putin's price. They're paying Zelensky's price. You know, that's just the way it is. Well, you're missing context, okay? Way back in 2013, there was a coup against the Ukrainian government, and the current leadership was replaced with new leadership, right? That was Zelensky. That was the new government there now. And way back in 2006, Vladimir Putin, this is on record, you can actually check this for yourself, he said that he didn't want Ukraine entering NATO because he did not want NATO military armaments and forces right on his doorstep. A reasonable desire. But now, the reason why the Ukrainian war has started with Russia is because Zelensky was talking to NATO. Putin always had this line drawn in the sand, right? And you might not want to admit it. You might be woke, you might be a Democrat or whatever, but the Ukrainian war with Russia is Zelensky's fault. All he had to do was avoid talks with NATO. That was it. Okay, let's put it this way, Evo. What if they were building nuclear weapons on the Gaza Strip? Would Israel want that? Would Israel want to have nuclear weapons which belong to a potential enemy right beside itself? You know? Like, it's a matter of sovereignty. You can't feel safe and sleep at night if your neighbor who hates you has weapons trained on you. It's simple. It's a matter of respect. Like, Putin deserved the respect of not having military armaments aimed at him from his doorstep. That's like if somebody who hated you built a ballista right in front of your house. Yes, they're allowed to do it, but should they? And would you want them to? No. No, buddy. It was his talks with NATO which caused the invasion. And yeah, ever since the 1960s, NATO has been expanding around Russia, creeping ever closer to it like a gaping maw. We've observed this. You can look at a map of NATO in the 1960s and look at a map of NATO now. It's been slowly incorporating more and more countries approaching Russia. The only line that Russia drew in the sand was Ukraine. It said you cannot have Ukraine. That's it. Which makes sense because Israel wouldn't want Gaza, the people of Palestine, to have nuclear weapons, right? They wouldn't want the people of Gaza to have tanks and intercontinental missiles and all this other shit, because then they would have no reaction time to respond to it if they decided to attack. And in Putin's mind, for the Russian people, he doesn't want to have weapons so close to Russia that if our nations decided to attack, he'd have no time to stop it or retaliate against it. Yeah, but it's about reaction time, Evo. It's about mutually assured destruction. All Putin wants is to know that if somebody launches nukes against Russia, he has time to launch nukes back. And that's, you know, he deserves to have that. I don't think, no, Itch. When a country joins NATO, NATO installs military forces in that country. Okay, that's what happens. Every single NATO country has outposts, military outposts, funded by NATO. So when a country joins NATO, they get tanks, they get missiles, they get armed forces, they get, you know, like, they get infantry, they get all of that. And Ukraine was about to get that. Putin did not allow Ukraine to fully enter NATO. Right as soon as those talks started happening, he attacked because he had to nip it in the bud. If Ukraine joined NATO and they were left unchecked for a few months, then it would have become a runaway problem where they would have more forces than he could deal with, more bombs, more tanks than he could deal with. It was a matter of preserving Russian sovereignty. The thing we have to remember about NATO is that NATO was formed during the Cold War. It was an anti-Soviet effort, right? And what is Russia? It's the later form of the Soviet Union. NATO was designed with the purpose of defeating Russia in mind, right from the start. That is the very core of NATO's inception. I don't know. I disagree, Evo. I feel like you have a right to security and sovereignty in your home. Like, okay, let's put it this way, right? Would you be okay with it if a bunch of MS-13 gang members, for example, set up a bunch of tents and started camping in a field behind your house? Would you? You know, like, you know that the US has an illegal immigration problem. Let's say you have a house and just beyond the fence at your backyard, let's say you have a gate that goes from your backyard to a field, right? Just a big field. It could lead to anywhere. In that field, would you be okay with it if MS-13 gang members were pitching tents and RVs and camping there and throwing parties there? Would you be okay with that? Just apply the same logic to your own circumstances. Would you be okay with it? Well, you grew up in East Germany, yes, but remember, it was your people that Russia had to save all of Europe from. Okay, like Zuzi's from Czech, and they recently had a celebration in favor of Russia because it was actually Russia that liberated European countries from the Nazis. Yes, Russia was allied with Germany, but that quickly changed, and Russia became the liberator that spared everybody from Germany. As a German, you should know this. I mean, your people were culpable for the worst atrocities in history. It was Russia who actually intervened. And I mean, right now, your country, Germany, is also trying to ban a political party for allegedly being extremist. Right? The ADF, you guys are trying to shut down that party and remove them from the running. That is totalitarian. I mean, Germany in a big way it's not that different from how it used to be. It's still teetering on the edge of totalitarianism. All right, let's deploy more workers. We have everything built. Now we need to have more resources coming in. Deploy this guy to the base and this guy. Oh shit. This is rough. We are in such a high level area. Everybody that attacks our base is devastating it. I'll probably have some fainted pals after this is over. Let's try to get our shit. Okay. Oh, that guy's fainted. No fucking way did we get that capture. Fortunate. And this guy is much weaker than the others, but he could still faint me. Oh, God. Jesus, we're getting repeatedly attacked. Let's withdraw our fainted allies here, and let's exit and log back in. It's getting kind of crazy. An important thing for you guys to remember is that mainstream media lies about everything. So why would they tell the truth about the Russia-Ukraine war narrative? Why would they? Right? The same people who told you the vaccines were safe and effective, and the same people who pushed the mandates and wanted everybody who was unvaccinated fired, right? The same mainstream media that was supporting the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, even though the US was siphoning gold, oil, and opiates. Why do you believe them on this but not on anything else? It just doesn't make sense. Mainstream media is consistently wrong and consistently lying, you know? No, ICE is removing people who are illegally occupying the USA. These are people who avoided due process to enter the country, so they're not receiving due process to be removed from it. Why would they receive due process when being removed from the country if they shirked and avoided due process when coming into it? If you come here legally, If you come here legally the right way, you get to stay. If you come here illegally and you disrespect the laws and customs, then you have to leave. That's very simple. That's not Gestapo. That's our country respecting its own citizens first. Yeah, but in the act of nipping it in the bud, Itch, that act of nipping it in the bud is totalitarian. It kind of raises an interesting philosophical question where is it so important to defend democracy that you have to remove the elements of democracy? What if the people don't want democracy? What if they vote in a totalitarian regime? Do you have the right to stop them from doing that? Because the democratic response is let the people vote how they want to vote for what they want to vote for. The moment you start interfering in the democratic process, Germany already no longer has a democratic process. You're already totalitarian because you're trying to shut down one of the parties. That's it. It's not about the totalitarian regime that might come. You guys already have one because you're already shutting down a party that people could otherwise vote for. Oh, the illegals came from Itch's comment. Itch's said if you would deport the illegals and not your fucking own people. He said ICE is acting like Gestapo was and you are cheering them on, right? So he said that ICE agents getting rid of illegal immigrants are Gestapo. And I was correcting him on that. I was saying, no, they're not. What they're doing is they're taking people who flaunted due process, entered the country illegally, and they're removing them without due process, as they deserve, because they disrespected the country's customs when trying to move into it. That's where the illegals came from, Evo. Yeah. No, I get my news from independent media. Independent media, YouTube channels typically. You know, I watch Russell Brand, I watch Asmongold, I watch Joe Rogan, a little bit of Jordan Peterson. I get my news from various sources. Typically it is conservative leaning, but I don't know. I feel like it's a fair assessment.
Conservative leaning. Yeah.
Conservative leaning media. They focus on facts. Like, the thing you have to remember is that the Democratic parties these days are always obfuscating the truth. They're always concealing the truth between false narratives, and they're always trying to put spins on it. They're always trying to deceive people. There's a reason why the Democrats believe gender is just a social construct. There's a reason why the Democrats believe that a person can transition their sex. Typically, it's because they're fucking crazy, right? That's why, like, conservative views are what's normal. All right, I'm gonna try to level up some of my pals. We need to have stronger employees working here. We have some experience granting documents available. I definitely shouldn't have moved into such a high-level place, though. Okay. Even my level is too low, but maybe this Grintail can help out. Although he's capped at level 20, which is kind of an issue. Yeah, I might have picked a really bad base location. Being out-leveled so much by everything around, it's pretty rough. I don't really see how I'm illegal in the first place. I'm a naturalized citizen. And okay, like, yes, I'm a Native American. So, I mean, the irony is twofold there. But I also believe in the, like, conquest, I believe. Honestly, in most countries in Europe, you know, there were a lot of indigenous peoples that were destroyed, eradicated, removed forcefully. Every country has those sins and atrocities as a part of it. Every single country, right? I mean, we could talk about Italy's war crimes in World War II. We could talk about, look at Japan. Japan is known for anime and karate, but really, a lot of people know about Unit 731 in Japan, where they did those horrible Nazi-esque experiments on people, flaying them to the raw nerve to find out how much pain we could tolerate. Like, every country has its dirty deeds. The judges have a duty to enforce the law, okay? And if people come into the country illegally, they don't need legal channels to deport them. If somebody avoids due process and comes into the country, then we should be able to avoid due process in kicking them out. It's very simple. The democratic soft on crime narrative is the reason why illegal immigration got so bad in the United States. We need to get these people out, and we need to do it fast in order to stabilize things. I'm not unemployed, Zalmoxis, technically. This is my job, and I make pretty good money doing it, to tell you the truth. But you are allowed to think that, totally. This is employment, though, through and through. I have taxed income. Like, I'm gonna get income taxes this year. It's... yeah, that's just a false statement. Just like me being an illegal. Well, you can believe what you want to, Itch. You can believe what you want to. But remember, you went from saying, I don't want to offend you, your heart is in the right place, to literally the next thing you said was, are you fucking stupid? Right? So I know that with you, it's more of an emotional thing, right? You're more emotional about it. You're less factual and you're more volatile in terms of emotional responses. The simple truth is Trump derangement syndrome is everywhere, and it's because he's doing what's good for the American people. He's kicking illegal immigrants out. He's going to be hard on crime. He's going to make it so he's going to get rid of catch and release systems. He wants the death penalty for drug dealers, dude. These are all good things. And the simple truth is the reason why mainstream media in every country doesn't like Trump is because he is putting the people first. Whereas every NATO country, Canada, typically the US, Germany, France, all these different NATO countries are putting corporate powers first and the people second. They don't give a fuck about us. And the one thing that we're supposed to unify under, the one banner that we should all be unifying under, is the notion that we deserve better. Trump is bringing the American people better. Perhaps at your expense. The tariffs are going to affect you, right? But it's like, he has a right to do that for the American people. It's up to your government to make your life better for you. And it's up to Trump to make Americans' lives better for them. And he's doing that. He has a right to do that as that country's leader. Plain and simple. Well, again, you ever hear the expression, Itch, that there's two sides to every story? But there's actually three sides. There's their side, and then the truth somewhere in the middle. The thing is that every piece of news that we consume is going to be propagandized to provide favor to one side more than the other. Like, you are also swallowing NATO propaganda as well. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. There's even people who think that Putin and Trump are part of the World Economic Forum. Same with a significant portion of the European political leadership. Okay, so if we look at it from that lens, then Putin is actually working with Trump, working with Zelensky, and they're all engaging in political theater to disenfranchise all countries so that the World Economic Forum can usher in a one world government. It's entirely possible that all of our political rulership across every country, whether it's Putin, Zelensky, Trump, Trudeau, Carney now, all of them, Keir Starmer, all of them are working together to make us poor so that they can bring in one world government. They're trying to increase inflation, ruin our economies, and make us disenfranchised so that they can enact like states of emergency, reform government, and unify every country under one world government. That's possible. It's entirely possible that there are the good guys are just the regular people, and the bad guys are the political rulership of every single country, operating in league with one another at our collective expense. That's entirely possible. But the thing is, I'm open to every possibility. And I'm not going to get emotionally charged and start slinging. I'm not going to start belittling people because they believe something different, because I know that every single narrative we receive is manufactured to invoke an emotional response. Every single side of the story that we're told is supposed to win us over and radicalize us against the other side. It doesn't matter if it's trans rights or if it's illegal immigration or crime, right? Like, all of these things are just meant to divide us so that we don't do what we're supposed to do and hold our political ruling classes accountable. Because there is corruption in every government, in every country, that is leveraged against the people. Like, that's it. That's just it. Trump is not eager to kill our country first. You don't seem to know that Trudeau for the last 10 years has made our country plummet. Absolutely plummet. Our inflation is dozens of times worse than it was when he first took office. Our quality of life, our GDP has suffered. Our quality of life has plummeted as well. We're now ranked like 300 or something for quality of life. We used to be way up there. Yeah, long before Trump took office, Canada was already suffering. You have to remember, Justin Trudeau enacted vaccine mandates. He fired half the nurses in the country, fired half the police force, fired half the firefighters, and that's ignoring all of the grocery store employees, the logistics employees, everybody else that was fired because of the vaccine mandates. And Trudeau is a part of the World Economic Forum. He was part of their Young Leaders program. I honestly think that if a political leader has ties to the World Economic Forum, their job is to destroy the country they're leading. Anyway, you don't have to agree, but I don't know. If you don't vibe with the people here, then maybe this isn't the right community space for you, you know? Alright, I have to make sure that all of these guys are like level 20. We need to make them stronger so that they can actually defend themselves. Alright, level 20. These training manuals are pretty useful, actually, when you use them properly. Make everybody a little bit stronger, make it so your base is better defended. Now, we need another crop watering guy. He is going to be pretty low level, though. The best one we have is this Fwack right here. Tiefened. Yeah, those training manuals are pretty fucking useful. Oh, Zalmoxis, you're confusing Trump for President Biden. Yeah, Biden is the one who would get lost on stage and forget what he just said 2 seconds ago. That's President Biden, not Trump. Trump is very sharp. Very sharp. And you know, technically Jesus was a convicted criminal too, so was Gandhi. All sorts of people were convicted criminals, but being a criminal does not make you a bad person. In the same way that owning a charity doesn't make you a good person. A lot of charities are used to launder money. Like, it's very simple concept. You can't determine a person's moral fiber by whether or not they have a criminal history.
I'm pretty sure that but I don't know. Also doesn't matter, his actions speak louder.
Yeah. Okay, we leveled up a whole bunch of these guys as much as we could, but we don't have any more training manuals, so I think I'm actually going to want to try to get more. I need to get out of here and I need to go caving. And I'm going to take a look at Steam. I'm going to see if there's a Schedule 1 update yet. It doesn't look like it, sadly, but... Well, Trump's allowed to have a bad day itch. The thing is, he has been having press conferences every single week since he got elected. He's always having reporters ask him questions. He's always keeping the American people updated on what he's doing. He is currently the most transparent cabinet, the most transparent leader, probably in the country's entire history. So he's allowed to have one day where maybe he was underslept, or maybe he ate McDonald's for lunch, so his brain's not at 100. Like, you can't look at his last interview when he's already had like 50 press conferences since he got elected. That's not a pattern. That's you cherry picking one thing and saying, look, he's retarded. Yeah, no announcements yet for Schedule 1. Anyway, we should be good. Let's go to a cave or something. We're gonna need to find more of those training manuals. right. I should build one of those stress-relieving hot tubs or whatever. This. Yeah, we need that. Just to make sure all these employees aren't going absolutely fucking crazy. Well, he has a press secretary because he is a very busy man. He literally entertains reporters in the Oval Office, though. Like, he has reporters in the Oval Office and he accepts questions from them. You know what's really funny? Everybody wants to paint conservatives as racists, but do you know, did you guys know that every civil rights movement in history was initiated by Republicans? Every single one. Black rights, right? It always comes from Republicans. Republicans are always the party of equal freedoms, freedom of speech, constitutional importance. Level 15. Holy shit. This is fucking insane. Come on, take out the weaker ones. All right. Next one. Nice, we got it. That was fucking crazy. Well, Zalmoxis, remember, one of the first things Trump did was lower the price of eggs for Americans. Eggs, the most nutritious food you can possibly eat. He lowered the price. Okay, so to say he doesn't care about regular people, he doesn't care about groceries or prices, that's objectively, factually, provably wrong. He literally lowered the price of eggs within the first month of his presidency. Okay, but Itch, you weren't alive during the time of the Gestapo. You're talking out of your ass. You are saying what mainstream media is telling you to say, and you can't separate what you believe from what you've been told to think. Honestly, man, it's just, it's not a good look. You need to, like, just consider the fact that you are believing things without knowing why. The Gestapo literally came to people's houses at night, put bags over their heads, and then took them to a secret prison where they would starve. That's not what's happening. We're just taking people who shouldn't be in the country and we're removing them from the country. Illegal immigrants are not the same as legal immigrants. This is elementary school level shit. If you follow the law, you can live in the country. If you avoid following the law, you avoid living in the country. It's very fucking simple. Very simple. And the fact that you can't figure this out is concerning. Why? They don't even fluoridate the water in Germany. So what's your excuse for being this out of touch? This isn't meant to be a personal attack. I'm actually asking you, how can you compare ICE to the Gestapo? How? Like, how? For real, I would love an explanation for how you can make that leap, that absolute stretch of logic.
When they deported everyone, who's gonna do that? That's right, who's gonna clean your pool?
Oh wow, Itch, that is the most racist thing I've ever heard. So what, who's gonna pick our cotton when we remove all the illegal immigrants? I'll tell you who. American fucking workers who are getting paid a fair wage. Like, are you really okay with a company paying an illegal immigrant like $2 an hour to do stuff? Wouldn't it make more sense to have a company pay a citizen minimum wage? So what, you want slave labor? That's basically what you're saying, is if we kick out these illegal immigrants, then who's going to clean our swimming pools, plant our crops? That's the most racist shit I've ever heard. I would rather that Canadians and Americans are paid a fair wage and that they can have the jobs that illegal immigrants take. Because every corporation would rather pay an illegal immigrant less than minimum wage so that they can get ahead. And it's better for the American people if citizens can find work making minimum wage instead of illegal immigrants stealing that work and getting paid under the table for like peanuts. A very simple concept. I don't know how this is escaping you at all. I have no clue. I just don't get it. Yeah, for real, Mr. Tolikov, for real. I mean, Germany's approaching a level of totalitarian that we haven't seen in ages. Since the you-know-when times. Yeah, it did get heated, but I mean, that's the power of delusion. That's the power of media indoctrination. It obfuscates the truth from people, and they believe that what they've been told is the reality, and they can't separate what they've been told from the truth.
It's all about the tribalism of I'm in the right camp and you guys are all idiots because you're wrong.
That's Itch. It's not just the wage, okay? Let's say I own a McDonald's, okay? And I hired an illegal immigrant and I'm paying him $2 per hour, okay? That job that he is working for $2 an hour is a job that an American citizen could be working for $15 an hour. So not only is this corporation taking advantage of an illegal immigrant and paying them slave wages, but that is a job that an American citizen could have had. So that is quality of life that an American citizen is having stolen from him or her by an illegal immigrant and by the corrupt corporation that would rather pay a slave wage. It's very simple, dude. Very fucking simple. The minimum wage has risen since the 80s. It has. It used to be like $6 and now it's $15. The only issue is that the minimum wage has not increased at a rate proportionate with inflation. But you know that as well as I do, because the inflation in every European country is just as bad. Why? Because of this war with Ukraine. This war between Russia and Ukraine, every country is sending their money to Ukraine, and it's causing rampant inflation for the regular citizens of that country. Hello, Tai Tai. Come on, buddy. Exactly, Mr. Tolikov. There are legal immigration. Like you can get a worker's visa, a worker's permit. You can come here. as a legal immigrant and you can find work easily. It's the illegal ones that are the problem.
And nobody's deporting illegal.
And nobody is deporting legal immigrants. Okay, and that's a very important distinction to make. Not Trump, not the ADF. Nobody wants to deport legal immigrants. Oh my God, Itch. You're missing the point completely. This is cope. You're not making sense. If the immigrant came into the country illegally, they are at fault. If you do something illegal, you are at fault. Okay? If you respond to text messages on your phone while you're driving, you have broken the law. You are at fault. Okay? You are taking security away from other people. And if an illegal immigrant comes to the country illegally and they take a job that was meant for someone else, someone legal, then they are taking security away from someone else. Whether it's financial security or biological health related security, it doesn't matter. The consistency is the same. If you're doing something illegal, then there's consequences for that. The consequence of that immigrant being illegal is that a legal citizen, a naturalized citizen, or even an immigrant who is legal cannot work that job that the illegal immigrant has stolen. And all that illegal immigrant would have to do is come here legally. That's it. It's not hard. We have the floodgates open. We let legal immigrants come here all the time. You know, it's, man.
Critical thought.
Well, of course they can't fight back. Man, if I go out there and I punch somebody in the face, I can't fight back when the police arrest me. Why? Because I've committed a crime. Illegal immigrants are guilty of a crime. So of course they can't fight back. Like, they're either going to be deported, which is the due process for an illegal immigrant, granted, or they're going to be paid a slave wage by a corporation. But the point is, that illegal immigrant is already in the wrong for being in the country in the first place. All they have to do is leave and then apply to come back legally, the right way. All they have to do is come here while respecting the law to get here. That's it. It's not a big ask. You probably respect the laws of your country every fucking day. And if you can do it, so can they. What are we even talking about?
Oh, that's exactly it, right? Why are we even talking about it? There's no thing.
Okay, Itch, you're making something up here. Legal immigrants have protections under the constitutions of the USA. Okay, so if a legal immigrant is here, then they get paid minimum wage. We're talking about illegal immigrants. Nobody is paying a legal immigrant less. Nobody. Nobody can. That you can literally sue the business into oblivion if they try to do that. Okay, people on workers' visas, they have protections against that. Illegal immigrants don't.
Friends will put up with anything because they know that they're there.
Legal immigrants are not getting deported. Legal immigrants are fine. Legal immigrants are respecting the country's laws, working the country's jobs, earning fair wages, buying property, getting groceries, coexisting, making friends with their neighbors. It's the illegal immigrants who are causing the problems. And your ADF, they want to get illegal immigrants out, not legal. They want to do everything Trump is doing. They want to get illegal immigrants out. Your ADF party has nothing in mind for legal immigrants. All right, we got it. We gotta chill it. And we beat another boss. Now, we need to go to a cave and we need to get those experience gain things. So we're going to go over there to the Rain Syndicate Tower. Agreed, Vernix. Agreed. See, well, yeah, that's the thing. And that's why I'm saying, Itch, you're not thinking clearly. Like, the media is convincing you to care more about illegal immigration than your own citizens. It's very simple. Legal immigrants are your citizens, and they suffer just as much when an illegal immigrant takes their job. Now, maybe in Germany, that might not be as much of a problem. I don't really know how things are in Germany, but here in Canada and in the US, illegal immigration is a big problem. And it's causing major disruptions and distortions in our economy, in our job security, in our infrastructure, in our healthcare. Like, there is so many third order consequences and effects from illegal immigration, and it has to be dealt with. And Trump dealing with it is a good thing. He's not some fucking monster who's just out to destroy the country. No, they're not deporting legal immigrants. They're only deporting people who can't prove that they belong here. That's it, buddy. They're only... You really think that Trump is deporting legal immigrants? How can you think that? What would be the legal basis for him to do that? There is no legal basis. He can't do that. He doesn't do that. And more importantly, why do you believe that Trump is deporting legal immigrants? Who the hell told you that? Where'd you hear this? And it's not about high-level jobs, okay? Illegal immigrants take minimum wage jobs. Illegal immigrants work at gas stations, they work at McDonald's, they work at Burger King. They take jobs away from young people who need those jobs to start getting ahead in their lives. I understand that you want to be right, but wanting it and being right are not the same thing. You've been lied to, buddy. You have been lied to. And I want you to try and figure out how you've been lied to so that we can start to fix it. Because, like, I've liked chilling with you. I like chilling with you. When we're not arguing about this shit, it's usually a pretty good time. And I want you to realize that maybe you have been told shit that isn't true. I mean, you don't even live in the USA, but you're making all these assumptions about Trump being a tyrant and deporting legal immigrants. It doesn't make sense, dude. I just caught a human by accident. That's crazy. It is crazy how Trump derangement syndrome is an international problem. The amount of people in Europe who hate Trump is staggering. You can tell that they have like an organized vendetta against him.
You know, it's actually made even sadder by the fact that so many European population doesn't speak fluent enough English to listen to his speeches themselves.
Yeah, so they believe what they're told.
So they basically are left with subtitles that are made by the media that presents the information. So they don't even know if they're being told the truth.
Yeah. Well, there is one thing I'll say for absolutely certain. Everything that we're fighting over is meant to distract us from the fact that basically all of society is rich against poor. That's it. It's just the rich against the poor. It doesn't matter which country you're from. Class war is the only war. And maybe the one thing that you and I have in common, Itch, is that our governments are all corrupt. Every single one. Every government is self-serving. Every government betrays the greater good of the people that it's ruling over. That is what I believe the truth is. And I hope for you that you are right, because, buddy, when history books look back at how Germany is banning a political party, it better be the right decision, because if it's not, that is a bad fucking look. Well, like, that's a stone's throw away from jailing your political opposition. It's a stone's throw away, which, by the way, Zelensky has done. I mean, have you heard about the Azov battalion? Zelensky's own forces are genuine Nazis. And I'm not just talking like, oh, Nazis, like the way everyone throws that word around. They are actual Nazis. We gotta get it one of these times. Got it. Okay. Very true, Zuzi. Everybody's focusing on Trump when European countries have been slipping closer and closer to totalitarianism for years. Fucking policing speech, arresting people for hate crimes, like, and Canada's on that list too. I'm a Canadian. My government's fucked, dude. Like, we've been arresting people for words, and I'm not talking threatening violence words, right? We're not arresting people because they said I'm going to kill this guy. We're arresting people for misgendering. We're arresting people for having opinions, like. And I know European countries are doing the same fucking thing. Particularly the UK, but probably Germany too. Maybe you've seen a little bit of that yourself. And maybe you have a problem with that too. All right, we leveled up Gumas a little bit. We just have to continue doing those dungeons and leveling everybody up so that we can properly defend our home when attacked. That's the big issue. Whenever things come here, they fuck us up, and we have to be able to fuck them up in kind. Oh, shit. God, these guys are like level 25 and 26. Like par for the course, 25 and 26. This is dangerous and deadly. All right, let's try to catch this fucker. It's a very low chance, but throwing enough pal spheres at it might work. But at least now everybody's stronger, so we can actually, our pals can defend themselves against it and not get completely annihilated. Yeah, I literally caught a fucking human. Okay, but Itch, the thing is, due process is very easy. Do you have identification that you are supposed to be in this country? If the answer is yes, then you're free to go. If the answer is no, then you're coming with us. It's very simple. Anybody who's here on a visitor's visa or a worker's visa can easily prove it. It's as easy as reaching in their wallet and grabbing it. Okay? And they're even in the database of the country's legal immigrants. That's it. It's very simple. It's very easy for a legal immigrant to prove that they're supposed to be here. Very easy. And the problem is, Democrats have allowed millions of illegal immigrants into the USA. So if you tried to give all of them their day in court before you deported them, we would never get through the backlog of illegal immigrants. So the onus, the responsibility is on the immigrant to show their documentation, prove that they're supposed to be here. And if they can't do that, then they have to leave. It's very simple, and it's not immoral. Like, legal immigrants can just present their paperwork. In fact, most of it is digital these days. They can go to a website, they can look at their visa receipt, right? Typically, you get a digital receipt when you purchase a visa. Zuzi and I have done it several times. She's still here on visitors' visas legally the whole time. It's easy, right? Well, I think that what itch means is, like, you have to make sure that you have an illegal immigrant rather than a legal one. But the legal ones have a very easy time proving that they're legal. And then ICE leaves them alone. ICE isn't taking anybody who has the proper documentation or receipts to show that they belong in the country.
To me, it sounds like an illegal immigrant has to commit a crime in order to be.
Yeah. An illegal immigrant shouldn't have to commit a crime to be removed from the country. Being an illegal immigrant means they've already committed a crime. And they are subject to forcible removal. Let's go do another cave so I can level up more of my guys. Master of unlocking 1, eh? Hang on, let me look that up. I think he can only unlock the tier 1 chests with 1 level, which we can already do that, so I don't really need to...
Signing off of this. Hear my cells dying.
Everybody who is being arrested by ICE has the option to present their documentation. And they have the option to, like, if they say, oh, I have my documentation at home, I can prove that I'm supposed to be here. Or I can prove that I'm supposed to be here if I can get access to a computer. I can show you my digital visa receipt. They're not just picking people up and throwing them out. That's not what's happening. Like, that's just propaganda that you've consumed. If you believe that, then that's propaganda at play. It's not true, buddy.
Also, if you're an immigrant, most people have a card or something that they are advised to carry on their person at all times. It's not hard.
Yeah.
It's simple.
When you apply for a visa, it literally tells you, keep your identification on you at all times, just in case. Like, legal immigrants know that they need this stuff on them all the time. And even if they don't have it, they're gonna have a chance to show it to the ICE agents.
They can take you to the fucking police station and they can see your documents online.
Yeah.
It's,
ICE participates with the police. So they would take you to a police station, the police would determine whether or not you had the proper documentation, and then they would act accordingly. I know that you want Trump to be the bad guy, and you need him to be a monster, because if he's not, then your whole narrative falls apart. But the simple truth is, dude, what you think is happening is not actually what's happening. Again, they're, like I said, ICE cooperates with police. So if an immigrant is like, oh, I have documentation, I can get it to you today, then they're gonna take that guy to the police station. He's going to be detained, and then someone that immigrant knows, or the police could actually receive a warrant to go into his home and find it, grab it. Like, we're not just kicking out legal immigrants. That's not what's happening. And if you believe that's what's happening, then you're a subject of propaganda.
Huh.
Nice, we got another mine foreman. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Yeah, nothing ice related is going to happen to her. Again, buddy, like, we're right here, okay? I'm watching streamers who live in America, okay? I don't live in the USA, but Asmongold does, and Asmongold reports on everything every fucking day. We see what's happening. We have a front row seat. I'm basically the next door neighbor of North America. Like, I'm the next door neighbor of the United States. I see all of it. The thing is that your country, your leaders want you to hate Trump. Because, funnily enough, if your leaders did what Trump is doing, your country would become a better place with a more stable economy and a greater level of prosperity for your citizenry. That's it. All right. I'm going to assign these guys to this permanently. Hopefully it sticks. Yeah, fixed assignments. That's got to be the answer, right? No work available. Let's move over here. There we go. Fixed assignments. Now maybe they'll continue working there without any continued input required. Shit. Well, at least we're stronger now. This should be a lot easier. It does seem easier. We're crushing this guy now. All right, done. Now, where's this syndicate patrol? Right here. Oh, wow, they are low level. Easy enough. Goddamn. Yeah, we're getting a lot better at defending our base. I like this. It was a big problem there in the beginning, but it's becoming less of a problem now. Let's go fight these guys. Logging foreman, very nice. Where's this turncoat? I wonder if I could capture this thing. Well, this person. Let's power bomb this shit. All right. Yeah, it looks like it might be possible to capture that. Let's try. It's so weird to capture people. Like, that feels so strange. Well, we got her. Logging foreman, another one. Beautiful. Successful bounty token. Okay. Now let's go fight that other boss. Azuro. But first, we're gonna have to get this fast travel station unlocked.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I wasn't supposed to attack that. Let's get out of here. If I fast travel away, I should be fine. And then we'll fast travel back. Oh, no, we're not fine. Go home. Oh shit, we are getting like repeatedly hunted down now. All right, let's fast travel over here and then try to fly away. This is fucked. Yeah, let's skedaddle. We gotta outrun that PDF infantry. Holy fuck. I can't get away from these guys. They keep tracking me down wherever I go. Well, they're still here. Let's try entering a cave, maybe. Although this cave might be on cooldown because I finished it. But I do know where there's another one. All right. Hopefully when I go in here, we'll no longer be wanted. Holy shit. Is this supposed to be like this though, Jason? Like, shouldn't they give up the chase eventually? Like, I can fly up, but this is ridiculous. All right, well, let's give it a try. Maybe I have to stay out of sight for long enough. Maybe that's what you're telling me to do. Just fly all the way up and then stay still. Hopefully this works. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know how to get away. Oh, Pokemon with guns is going pretty good, Lee. Oh, we had a debate. We had a chat-wide debate with a German viewer about how ICE in the United States was the equivalent of the Gestapo, and about how legal immigrants are being arrested and deported from the country without due process. Isn't that something? I had no idea. True. Hey, and Jason, thank you very much for your help, buddy. Your advice did help me to lose those cops, so thank you. And I'll remember that for next time. All right, I suppose for now, well, we will go on a little bit of Lithmonk effigy duty, I suppose. I'll see if I can... Yeah. If we go in that direction, we can find quite a few. So let's get over there. Oh, so if you die, you lose them too. They just want blood. I'd imagine getting chased by those cops in hardcore difficulty before you have a flying mount is probably a horrifying experience, eh? Getting fucking dark. Let's get up here and then we can look around for, yeah, several lift monk effigies in the area. I honestly think, guys, that I might be able to handle hardcore difficulty in this game. I might. At least for a while. I think I could get decently far, and hardcore difficulty would add a level of immersion where I would not get bored. It might be just what I need to really embrace Palworld for the game that it is. Another effigy over there. Let's go grab it. The second trailer? Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw that. Zuzi and I watched it yesterday. I don't know if I'll be playing GTA 6 though. I didn't even play GTA 4 or 5. I just, you know, I played Grand Theft Auto 3 when I was a kid. I played Vice City, I played San Andreas, but after that I never really enjoyed them as much anymore. You know, and I don't know if I could re-enter into the series and enjoy it. It could be. Like, I might. But, as of right now, I don't know. I don't have any express interest in GTA 6. Okay, there is definitely some shit here. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh. Jesus. Go, 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 go. Bail. I was not expecting that. Holy fuck. However, maybe I can, like, safe spot these assholes. No, definitely not. That guy's really accurate. I'm gonna have to come back here later. That is way too dangerous for me right now. Anyway, we know where we're going next, right over there. Another lift monk effigy. An anime with Palworld would be pretty sick. Yeah. I'd like to have one. I'd watch it. If I could sit through the atrocity that was the Devil May Cry anime that just came out, then I can get through anything. Oh. They did Dante so dirty, dude. And Mary. They ruined Mary's character in that anime, truly. She was just a potty-mouthed little bitch. Hated it, man. I hated what they did.
Yeah.
All right, we got a Gale Claw. Yeah, I'm honestly feeling just about ready for hardcore difficulty with this game, man. That would be super immersive. And it might be just the perfect antidote for us. While we try to detach from, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna do it hardcore. I'm gonna do it. Fuck yeah. So, let's quit the game. I'm gonna schedule a new stream. Okay. Yeah, nothing new for schedule 1, but that's okay. We're going to try to get like fully into this here. Palworld permadeath, hardcore. I'm passionate. What, Lee? Did you rewind to watch some of the shit that was said? It got pretty heated, but I think I managed to like fully avoid personal insults. I didn't insult him once. I perhaps insinuated insults to his intelligence by asking like, how could you believe this? What the hell is going on? But yeah, that was about it. All right, create, go live, schedule stream. Palworld hardcore difficulty, episode 1, series 1. All right. Hardcore. And new playlist. Palworld. Hardcore difficulty attempts. Date added oldest. Okay. So guys, you don't really need to leave or anything. What I can do is I can port you over to that new stream if you want to chill and start watching it right away. I've scheduled it for 4:05 p.m. Let me just add the port to this current stream. Customization, redirect over to that, the hardcore stream. Changes saved. All right, we're pretty much ready to engage with permadeath hardcore Palworld. All right, guys, I'm going to end this stream and I'm going to start the next one. And if everything goes well, you guys should be automatically transported from this stream to that one. Okay?